This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go from Seattle. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first and 10, here's Locke. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, 59 yards. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Ready. Move 32. Check 2. Ready. Let's go.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Mitchell will score. Touchdown, 49ers. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Locke. And his throw here's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lock going to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
It's caught, Lockett, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Again, they'll throw with Locke. They set up the screen to Penny. And some room to roam now. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. To throw it is Locke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second down and goal. Locke flushed out right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Locke. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, 68 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
gold to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 2nd and inches, Locke to the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Locke eluding the pressure right. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing down.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. After the turnover, here's Locke. Catch is made by Metcalf. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Here's Locke to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Dancing to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
On first down, Lance. Right side, and he finds Gray.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Another run with Mitchell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. Throwing his Lance on third down. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Another try after the first down sack. Lance buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter.
Let's go. Yellow, 22. Strong, 17.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. George Kittle with a touchdown grab for Trey Lance. And the 49ers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. 61 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. This one goes underneath to Walker. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Right back to Mitchell here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
They run over center with Mitchell. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Second and 4. Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time here. Lance. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Locke. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Now Lance steps away. And he will find his man, Samuel. He'll get it inside the 20. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Now Gold for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through. And we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Penny, a first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to Walker on first down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down.
4 down. Right there, 54, right there.
Lock to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So the victory here for San Francisco. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.